So you guys are here to hear about our winter 2025 cycle that is upcoming. All right, so just a little bit about us. Our founders, Constance Milstein and Father Rick Curry, were avid supporters of the military community and believe that a bakery would be the best setting to serve our veterans in transition and empower them and their families to redefine their futures. So in 2014, Dog Tag's vision became reality. We opened our doors in Washington, D.C., and now our physical location there in Georgetown serves as a thriving bakery and an immersive classroom where we're able to provide supportive and holistic learning to our fellows and challenge them to just really apply the knowledge that they gain to their real world careers. So beginning with an initial class of 10 fellows in 2014, our alumni now boasts a network of over 300 fellows and empowers almost 50 new fellows every year. Our business and entrepreneurship focused fellowship program equips our veterans, active military, and veteran spouses, as well as their caregivers, with the tools and education to build resilience, find renewed purpose, and forge community beyond the military. So we essentially act as a bridge from military service to the civilian world and as a catalyst for finding direction and moving forward past their service. So our innovative approach includes a 5-month paid fellowship program. We do not utilize your GI Bill in any way, shape, or form. Our academic foundation is provided in partnership with Georgetown University for our DC cohort and Loyola University Chicago for our Chicago cohort. We combine equal parts of classroom, bakery, community, and well-being into our curriculum. And we bring that coursework to life by learning the ins and outs of running a successful business in the bakery, building community with each other, and enhancing well-being by committing time to introspection and personal growth throughout the program. So our fellowship program is a 5-month paid fellowship program. Our winter 2025 cycle will run from January 14th to May 22nd. We have a spring break scheduled in over March 17th through the 21st. Our DC cohort schedule is Monday through Thursday, 9 to 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Our Chicago fellows run Monday through Thursday from 8 to 3 p.m. Central Time. The majority of our program is conducted virtually, but we do have 3 in-person weeks that we schedule into that 5-month period. January cycle will be January 2025, March 2025, and May 2025 for graduation. So there's no cost to participate in our program. We actually pay out a taxable monthly stipend to offset any costs that are associated with attending the fellowship. And we also provide a laptop to use during the program. We run 2 cohorts per year, a winter cycle and a summer cycle out of each location, with each cohort holding up to 16 fellows per cycle. So the 5 elements of our program are academic foundation, experiential learning, our learning labs, well-being and reflection, and then our capstone project. So as I said, our academic foundation for DC is provided by Georgetown University. Our DC fellows will receive a certificate in business administration upon successful completion of the 6 courses listed here. And our Chicago fellows receive a certificate in business acumen from Loyola University Chicago upon completion of the 7 courses that are listed here. The experiential learning component is where our fellows attend rotations classes with our bakery staff to gain experience in the areas of marketing and product development, operations, development, and finance and strategy. And the intention of our rotations curriculum is really to just provide our fellows with an overall big picture of how dog tag functions in real time and how to relate that knowledge and those skills to their own careers. Our learning labs is another huge component of our program. To conduct learning labs that are centered around skill building, wellness, entrepreneurial stories, and corporate culture. We also try to incorporate offsite experiences and field trips to our partner facilities so that they can get insight on those particular organizations and how they function. So our learning labs are really an opportunity for our fellows to connect with other entrepreneurs and to continue to build out their network. All right. Another huge component of our program is our well-being and reflection curriculum. Understanding that we service our veterans with military-connected disabilities and their families, we always want to keep a tab on their mental health. So we do incorporate self-care and wellness techniques into our program through journaling and reflection, mindfulness and meditation. We try to throw in physical activity where we can as well. And our fellows also attend a theater class titled Finding Your Voice. During this class, our fellows are encouraged to kind of open up and really receive a really vulnerable curriculum in that space. And it helps them to strengthen their voice and their public speaking skills through reflective exercises, acting, writing, and through storytelling. At the end of the program, our capstone projects will be due. Each fellow will be expected to submit a capstone project, which is a developed business plan that consists of an overview of their business model, a market analysis, a 2-year budget plan, and also a pitch presentation where they will deliver to a room full of their cohort, dog tag staff, as well as reviewers during their graduation. Graduation weeks take place in person in the respective location of the fellowship and are scheduled for winter 2025 over May 19th through May 22nd. DCs will take place in DC, Chicago here in Chicago. Now, upon successfully completing the fellowship, graduates will become a part of our Dog Tag Fellowship Alumni Network. This extensive alumni program offers access to a community of over 300 alumni, as well as a weekly alumni newsletter, continued engagement with the fellowship program and prospective and current fellows, access to alumni meetups, social activities, and peer support, as well as opportunities for mentorship and advisorship, personal and professional development workshops. And it's just a place and a resource for continued networking and employment opportunities. So our overall eligibility requirements is our program is open to post 9/11 veterans with service-connected disabilities, the spouses of post 9/11 service members, active, retired, former, Gold Star, Guard, and Reserve, our military caregivers of post 9/11 service members, as well as our active service members in transition within 6 months of the cycle that they are applying for. So in our potential applicants, we're just looking for an eagerness to learn and engage in personal and professional development, a readiness to explore entrepreneurship and or a career in the civilian workforce, and a willingness to contribute to a diverse military-connected community. And most importantly, the drive and motivation to thrive in what can become at times a rigorous environment in the program. All right, so site-specific eligibility requirements for DC are all are welcome to apply. We do try to preference applicants on the East Coast and the Midwest with our DC cohort. And that is Monday through Friday, 9 to 4 p.m. Eastern time, with 3 in-person weeks that take place in DC over January 27th through the 30th, March 10th through the 13th, and graduation week over May 19th through the 22nd. Our Chicago-specific eligibility requirements are the same thing. All are welcome to apply. Preference will be given to those in the Midwest to the West Coast for the Chicago Fellowship, and the full-time commitment to schedule there is Monday through Thursday from 8 to 3 p.m. Central Time. Chicago's in-person weeks differ because we have 2 in-person weeks in Chicago and 1 in between where we head out to DC to visit the bakery. And those are slated for January 27th through the 30th in Chicago, March 24th through the 27th in DC, and May 19th through the 22nd in Chicago for graduation week. So again, we are accepting applications currently through September 23rd, 2024. If you're interested, visit our website, dogtaginc.org. Submit an eligibility application, and if you're proven eligible, you will receive an automatic application invitation where you'll be asked to submit the following supporting documents: your DD-214, your VA rating letter, as well as a recommendation letter. So on your DD-214, we just ask that you remove any sensitive information, your social, anything like that. And if the service member you are attached to, or if you are the service member and you're still active duty, we will need a copy of their current orders. Just keep in mind that if you're applying as a person who's attached to a current active duty service member, the copy of their orders does need to show that they are transitioning out of the military within 6 months of the cycle they are applying for. Okay. VA documentation of disability rating. Our spouses are exempt from this requirement. And our letter of recommendation, we ask, comes from a professional reference and not family or friends. We've had fellows who've even submitted professional reference letters from their pastor, and that's perfectly okay. And I'd like to circle back to the DD-214 form. I apologize, I misspoke. Our service member, if active duty, will need to submit those orders showing that they are transitioning out of the military within 6 months of their cycle. If you're applying as a spouse or a caregiver of someone who's active duty, you don't need to, they can still be active duty. They don't need to be transitioning out within 6 months of the cycle you're applying for. Right, so interviews will begin after the application period closes next Monday on the 23rd. Our first round interviews are conducted by our dog tag alumni. So those like MK who are willing to come and circle back and assist us and continue their participation in the program, hop on a phone call for those first round interviews with our applicants and are able to give them firsthand insight and their firsthand experience of how they went through the program and even share celebrations and wins past the fellowship and what successes look like for them. Second round interviews are conducted by the dog tag programs team. This is where you will meet our program managers and coordinators. And our third round interviews are conducted by our dog tag executive leadership team. In those interviews, you'll have the opportunity to meet with our CEO and our directors teams. So final offers for our winter 2025 cycle will be made by the end of November 2024.
So Patty, tell us what you got out of the program.
Honestly, this is funny to say, but I got my baby. And this is like how I explained. I had my baby because I felt like the biggest benefit was the wellness and self-care that I actually, because I'm a caregiver to Pat, my husband, who sustained a gunshot wound to the head. So through this programming, the business information was amazing. Georgetown University, I mean, you can't get better than that. The professors I learned so much from that. But what I really needed was some of the wellness and self-care and just finding who I am and what I want to do. And part of that was, am I going back to work? And I really still wanted to have a baby, but it wasn't working for me. So this program actually helped me take the time to do what I needed to do to get pregnant. And that's crazy, but this is what, at the end, it helped me reach my goal.
We don't measure success in terms of like, oh, you go through our program and you come out of it an entrepreneur and you have your own business and it's super successful. We really want you to define success for yourself. I don't know, MK, if you would like to contribute to that, based on your own experience too.
Yeah, definitely. Especially every time I do the interviews, I do remind or explain the applicants, they don't have to have, because it's a dog tag bakery, right? So like, oh, do I have to be a baker or anything to do with that industry? I says, no, that's not the point. That's the venue to help you through it. But the point is to help you realize the path. Are you going to go entrepreneurship? Maybe you've been thinking about it, but then going through the course, you realize maybe not right now. And in my case, that was the case. Everyone has always supported me to go that route. And I was, referred to the program and I got in. And then at the end, everything, I was really proud of how much work I did with my business plan. It gave me the idea that now is not the time for me, but it gave me the confidence that when it's time, I can do it.
I did have another comment just to let you all know, if you're just transitioning out to civilian and just wanting to get a civilian job, that was really helpful too, because I did start looking for work after, and they help you get together a whole LinkedIn profile. They do like a whole workshop on LinkedIn, and then they have people throughout the program that can help you with LinkedIn one-on-one, and then also in your resume. And then they had an interview day, so you get everything ready. And these people are like, where were they from? They were like Google. I mean, they were
Hershey. We had Deloitte,
Nestle. Yeah, they were from
Nestle. Yeah.
And they were like big HR managers that you could sit across from, and they would help you with the interview and then rate you and help you get better at interviewing. So that's an incredible opportunity just to be able to have access to these people.